been so long since I actually filmed a sit-down video. I'm currently being joined by my lovely two dogs, and as you can tell by my smile, I don't mind that fact. Actually, I might show you that whilst they're here. Hello, Fudge. Hello. Oh. Oh. Hello, Fudge. No. No. Say hello, Molly. Hello, Molly. Hello, Molly. Yeah, so if you hear noise, like a groan that Molly just did, or whatever noise she made, it's because I've got two dogs right here and I'm stroking them, like petting them. That's why my arms are moving. But anyway, without me getting distracted, this is like an update video because I haven't really been sitting down with you guys. I've kind of just been filming all over London. So what I should say is my full-time media job in London have basically made it, you know, mandatory, compulsory that we go into the office and physically be there for 2 days per week. So that's why I'm in London quite a lot, but I'm not there enough for me to move there. And because of my dreams of wanting to be an actress and a musician and all of that, if that did happen, then I would be stuck in like a 6-month tenancy, and I would have spent all my money on London expensive rental properties, you know, and it wouldn't work. So I live with my parents still. I get asked loads about where I kind of am living, whether I'm living in London, whether I'm living in my hometown with my parents or what. So yeah, I do hotels for when I'm in London because there's no responsibility, there's no strings attached type of thing. I can just go, pay for however long I'm there and then leave, and that's it, you know. I don't have to be responsible for a property. And then I come back home to my parents' house and I'm here most of the time. Because obviously I've got these gorgeous doggies to look after, which my parents look after the most, of course, and especially when I'm away, like they look after them. Yeah, they look after my babies very well. My babies, they're lovely. And for a long time in August and a bit of September, I was doing my acting extras role, well, doing a acting extras role, also known as like a supporting artist. So like, you know, when you see people in the background of TV shows and movies and stuff like that, that was basically what I was doing. Sometimes you are more seen than other times. Fudge has left the room, by the way, so it's just Molly over here. And so I can't really say, I hate when people say, oh, I can't tell you what it is, but it's really exciting. I hate when people do that, but I cannot help it because like there are like rules that they set. So I can tell you as much as I can, but I can't say the name of the show or where it was. But I'll say it wasn't filmed too far away from my parents' house, so I could get there within an hour and a half-ish. So pretty nearby, pretty good. So I was doing that for 5 days solid, which was long days, like really long days. Like I would get up at like 4:30, 5 a.m. I would get there for just before 7 a.m. if they needed me at 7. On a rare occasion they'd need me at 9 a.m. or 12, or on a really, really rare occasion once they needed me at 3 p.m. So for some of that I was doing hotels just because I was too tired to keep coming back home, because it was so relentless for 5 solid days. Like, imagine it, like 4:30 a.m. you get up, and then you don't come back until like 8:30 p.m. maybe. Well, yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it was. So it was a lot, but it was fantastic, and it was so worth doing. Fantastic. And then I worked on it for other days. One singular day, then those 5 days I was telling you about, and then two or 3 days after that, something like that. So I was on this show for about 8 or 9 days at this point, and I think that I got everything I wanted and needed out of it, so I stopped, because it's still being filmed now. So if I wanted to go back and do more, I can, because it's running for a while. Not a long time after this, but a good few months at least. Yeah. Isn't it, Molly? She's agreeing. She's like, she's got like her back to my legs. Like she's like glued to me basically, which is quite sweet. But yeah, so this show, it's, well, when it comes out, like, because some seasons are out already, but when the seasons and episodes with me in come out, I will leave a link in the description in the future. So if you watch this video in the future, so I'm filming this in mid-November 2023, so this show is going to come out in 2024, probably. Would it come out in like a year's time at the most, maybe? I don't know, something like that. So I'll leave a link when that does come out and everything, and I'll put it on social media and whatnot. So you will find out eventually what it is, but all I can say is that I made lots of connections within the acting industry, and I gained a much better understanding of it and how to get into acting and all of that. So I'm gonna push harder in 2024 to make my dreams happen, because I have more of an insight to do so now. And the contacts I've made are gonna really benefit me, because I then have people to ask a second opinion of, you know, self-tapes, show reels, monologues, stuff like that. So that'll be great, that'll be a big help. And other people might know of a role that'll be really suitable for me, and they might put me forward. You never know what can come of these things, so that's great. And it helped me loads being on this show with experience, obviously, but also kind of to push me harder to do acting work and not acting extras work. It's helped with that, and like, this show was about stuff that reminded me of difficult things I went through in my past, and it helped me to heal from those things. So that was fantastic. And as well, we got treated really quite nicely. Like, we were in the same outfit most of the time, but there was one scene where I needed a different outfit for about 2 days. We were doing this scene, 2 or 3 days, something like that. And I was in hotels, and the shops were closed whenever I would get up, whenever I would come back, because it was so early and so late. The shops were closed. So I couldn't get any clothes, and I couldn't come home because I didn't have the time or anything. So luckily they sorted me out an outfit, and it looked good and it fitted and it was all fantastic. So that's a relief, and that was great. And it was just a great experience, to be fair. Like, towards the end of it, it started to change and become a bit more strict and tedious. So then I was just like, well, I've got what I wanted and needed out of this, and I dropped off of it. But they keep asking me to come back, and I'm really busy with my full-time job at the moment, and really busy in life in general at the moment. Like, yeah, mainly London, like filming content for YouTube. You know, it takes a while to film things, to plan what I'm going to film, working full time's really hard, obviously. Trying to juggle my music stuff and everything. My autism comic book, I'm still trying to promote that because I haven't had time. Because when I put this comic book out was when I was on this acting extras job. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot to deal with. And I had something really exciting happen about just over a week ago. I'll backtrack a little. When I worked in retail, the first HMV record store I worked at was in Birmingham, and the other one was a bit closer to home. And I worked there, and I really enjoyed working at the second HMV store. The first one, they gave me a really hard time. I've spoke about it before. But yeah, they were really strict and just not understanding of me being autistic and ADHD and stuff like that. But the store that I went to after that for HMV, fantastic, really kind to me, incredible. So, cut long story short, I was working there and a jazz musician called Gregory Porter released an album called Still Rising. And they put it on because they play new releases to promote the records. And I was amazed. I was like, who is this singer? This is incredible. And so that's Gregory Porter, and I did not stop playing this album and his music. And it became this thing where people knew me for loving Gregory Porter's music, basically. And I had a message from my old HMV manager, and he says to me, Gregory Porter's doing a signing to promote his new Christmas album called A Christmas Wish in HMV Westfield White City in London, and another one in Manchester the following day. And he says to me, are you going to go? He asked, am I going? And I said to him, I didn't even know that this was happening. Of course I'm going to go. So I went, and a few days before, my HMV manager says to me, I have a connection, like a friend that I worked with at a different store who now works there. I will try and get you to talk to Gregory Porter before he goes out and meets the general public. And I was like elated. I was like, okay. But I didn't want to get my hopes up just in case. So I didn't get my hopes up and I just waited. And then he messaged me and says, yeah, we can get this sorted. So I was like, fantastic. So I went up and I got to meet Gregory Porter. And it was fantastic. It was his birthday as well, of all days, so I gave him a present. I gave him some cufflinks with musical notes on. I gave him a Christmas cup, like a reusable cup, that looked just like his CD looks when you get it out of the pack, like the Christmas CD. It was like red and like silver or gold, something like that. And I got him some bubble bath because he loves bubble bath, and it came with a little pillow spray of lavender. So that's great. He loved his presents, and he signed my vinyl I've got of one of his albums and the CD. And it was amazing. And he was lovely, really lovely guy. And what I learned about him from watching interviews is that he and I have something in common, something quite in common. And what I mean is, he used to play American football on a scholarship at a university, of course, in America. And then he had an injury that stopped him from doing that. And then, here's where we have something in common. He used to sneak into the music department and pretend that he was a music student. I used to do that when I was at university. Even though I was studying media and communications, I used to sneak in to the music department, which was fancy. It was the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, and I used to sneak in because my key card would work on the doors. I could get anywhere. It was fantastic. And I used to play the pianos. I made friends. And I just, I loved it, and I learnt so much. So that's interesting because Gregory Porter, he said that a music career felt so far away, it felt impossible. That's how it feels for me at the moment. And the fact that he made it happen, and he's played the Royal Albert Hall in London multiple times, and he's going to play it again really soon. So like, yeah, the fact that he's got that far, and he's like Grammy Award winning or nominated, winning I think, something like that, it was incredible. The fact that he's done all that, it gives me a lot of hope, and there's other stuff that I won't bore you with because this video is way too long. I've just checked how long, that's quite a while, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Thank you so much for listening to me. There's loads of coincidental stuff going on towards it, and I think that I'm going to achieve my dreams when they are destined to happen, so there's that. What you might notice, or not, but it's what I'm currently noticing, is my speech is significantly better. I've basically been working on myself a lot. Like, if I'm being totally honest, I had like this chakra work done, and a lot of people won't understand that, and a lot of people will laugh at that and make fun of that, but we have 7 main chakras, and if they are out of line, you know, then that can cause all sorts of problems. In end of 2019 and 2020, I went through a lot. I went through like a breakup, I lost loads of friends. Basically one of my close friends passed away from cancer, you know, Paul Slater Vaughan. That was really beyond difficult, and just so many things. And it was a lot to go through, and it really, yeah, it broke me. And then we had the chaos of moving house, and then we had even more chaos of me starting my full-time job in London, which was a lot to manage, a lot to deal with, because I then moved to London and lived there for 6 months. So I was in a pretty bad way. So this year, I've been working on myself, I've been recovering, healing. I'm doing really well with recovering and healing. Medically recently, I've had quite a few problems. From February 2023 to now, which is November 2023, I've had like a skin problem, like hives, and yeah, basically hives, and urticaria in general, like a skin condition. And it's been awful. It's been all over me, and I keep having to hide it, and it's been horrible, but it's been getting better. And I am on allergy medication, and I've been seeing a dermatologist, like physical appointment, and trying to get it all sorted and fixed. And yeah, my joints have been quite bad, and we are exploring that, but it's basically something called localized hypermobility, which is on the complete lowest, mildest end of the Ehlers-Danlos spectrum, which is crazy. So it means that I am hypermobile in my hands and wrists only, and my hands and wrists only, basically. So like my fingers, hands, you know, wrist, both of them. Localised hypermobility, and it causes quite a lot of pain. So I'm in quite a bit of pain, and we are looking into it. Like, I've got a referral to a rheumatology clinic to try and see what it is and how it can be helped and all these things. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So it's a bit difficult at the moment. I've been having like blood tests, like blood work done. Trying to think why. Like the first reason, yeah, for my joints. It was for my joints, to see if I'm deficient in anything. First they said I was calcium and vitamin D deficient, and I believed them, so I started taking calcium supplements and vitamin D, you know, vitamin. If you say vitamin or vitamin, however, but that, vitamin D. Taking that to supplements, and then they were like, oh no, it's not that. And I'm like, well, what is it then? And they're not being clear with me. And they said, I've got inflammation in my body, so they're trying to sort that out. They said it was less than last time I was checked in 2022, January, February, just before I started my full-time job. And it's getting better, but they still want to keep an eye on it. Then the dermatologist wanted further tests because of the fact that my skin has been causing hives for a long time. So they wanted like a full blood count, they want my thyroid checked, they want everything checked. So this week I went and got that done, like that blood work done. I'm waiting for results on that. So yeah, my health has not been the best. I've had like fatigue problems, pretty bad fatigue problems actually. And yeah, I'm going through it. Definitely going through it. Like the joint pain, it feels like a tingling, and like it feels like elastic bands being pulled both ways, kind of like that. So we are looking into that and trying to figure out why calcium tablets, pills, make me have less pain with my joints, and if it's just a placebo or not, or what. So anyway, this video is way too long. I'm so sorry, but it's been so long because I've been so busy. Even just having the time to film this has been like so difficult. But anyway, yeah, Molly has fallen asleep. Oh, actually she hasn't, she's okay. I'll show you her again to say a big thank you for listening to me for this long. Do look, see my baby. Probably can't see her very well, but I'll give her a cuddle. I'll give her a cuddle for you. And a kiss. Say I love you, Molly. Yeah. Fudge is downstairs. He doesn't like to stay in one area too long. Like I've left the door open so he can just go in and out. But anyway, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, of course. And anything else you'd like to say, comment down below. And I will see you in another video. Thank you for checking in with me. Bye.